Hey guys, it's that time of year again where people are setting their New Year's resolution goals. I've just got off the phone with a client and I want to just give a little bit of advice when setting your goals. People tend to come under two brackets in the new year. The majority tend to be, okay, new year, new me. I'm going to set all these goals. I'm going to set all these targets. I'm going to achieve these great things. And then some other people tend to set those goals and then realize, actually, you know what, they're too big, they're unrealistic. I'm telling you right now, after getting off the phone with a client who was having this problem, your unrealistic goals, your limitations are only set by your own mind. Limitations like fear are self-created. They don't exist. They're not a real thing. There is no such thing as a limitation. You have self-created that in your own mind. I always use the example of the airplane. If you told somebody 100 years ago that you were going to bend a piece of metal and fly from country to country and fly over oceans, they'd have told you it was unrealistic. They would have told you it was impossible. Impossible is just a word thrown around by small-minded people. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. If you're willing to be persistent enough, and if it's in you, if it's your drive, if it's what you want, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. You just need to control your mind, and you need to not listen to the opinions of other people. You need to keep on track working towards your goal. If you are persistent and you continue to work hard and push forward and fail and push forward and fail and push forward, you are going to achieve your goal. There's a great analogy that Eric Thomas uses, and he talks about the oak tree, and that if you hit an oak tree 1,000 times in 1,000 different spots, what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. But if you hit an oak tree 1,000 times in the exact same spot, you're going to bring it down. You're going to achieve the impossible. That's what setting goals and pushing through is about. You're going to have failure, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. That's what life is about. But failures are the thing that make you learn. Like, there are no such thing as failures. Failures are only outcomes that you've learned a way that doesn't work for next time. So when setting your goals and setting your targets, set them high. If your dreams and goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. And you should also, another analogy, another quote that I love is, your dreams should be so big that you're afraid to share them with small-minded people. You should have the sky is the absolute limit. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. If you set your mind to it, you surround yourself with the people that can get you there, and you're persistent in your pursuit. Think of the oak tree. Think of it, hitting it 1,000 times in the exact same spot. You're going to knock it down. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Okay, so don't let limitations and self-created limitations decide on what you're going to do with your life. Use everything that's inside you. You have a calling, you have a purpose, you have a drive. There's internal driving in everybody. You just need to surround yourself with the people that make that more pronounced within you. That's why I talk about your network being so key. If you have somebody that's like, oh, it's a bad idea, or maybe you shouldn't do that, or that's too big, or that's unrealistic, or that's impossible, you need to cut them out of your life, or you need to cut your mind and not take in what they're saying, because they are absolute negativity because it's going to feed through. You need to be a very strong-minded person to be able to listen to people that tell you can't do something. But you can also be that person that uses it. I have a quote, and I have told stories on my channel before about people that had told me that I was being stupid or being unrealistic, or that I shouldn't do what I'm doing. Use that for fuel. That's your fuel. There's a quote that I love, and it's remember a time when the people that told you what you couldn't do will be telling stories about how they met you, and that happens. I've seen that. But people that have told me that I couldn't do it are telling stories about how we met, Again, not saying it to be big-headed or to, build myself up, but it's true. You need to I can only use myself as my own best example. Nobody can tell you what you have to achieve. You know your goal. What's that thing that's driving you? What's that thing that you wake up thinking about every single morning, or you go to bed about thinking about every single night? That's your drive. You work towards that every single day. Today is a new day. It's the first day of the rest of your life. You've got 2016. You've got a whole year. Where do you want to be this time next year? Where do you want to be this time 2 years' time? Work towards your goal, work hard at it, and don't let your mind set the limitation.